Hey guys, what's up? This is Sam Parandroid, and today I'm going to react to Boom Festival 2006 because this was a very, very important festival for me. And yesterday I had a great conversation with one of my team members, and I told her the story of my story of Boom Festival. And it was one of the important summers in my life, I would say. I got invited there by a very good friend back in the day. Spontaneously, like 3 days before we left to Boom Festival, I was noticed that, hey Sam, we already booked everything for you. You have your ticket, you have everything. We're going to Boom. And what I also have to say is that I actually lived exactly in the place where Boom Festival is held. Some people do know that, but I was about 3 years old. My family left Germany and I lived about 6 months directly on this lake way before Boom Festival actually happened in around, I think, 1992. It's a very special place for me. This was my childhood playground. I was literally playing with bow and arrow there with my big brother, may he rest in peace, and my father, and we were building boats out of the oak trees there and let them ride on the sea. And I was hunting frogs there with a friend called Adam. And it's really, really my personal childhood playground. There are a lot of important memories from back then. Also, my family was fully intact back in the day. It was my 3 sisters and brothers and myself and my mother and my father. And this returnal was ultimately super, super, super important for me as a person to come back there. I think when I was around 18 or 19, 18 actually, because it's in August, so I was 18, and to see what has happened to this place. And Boom Festival 2006 is known to be the pinnacle of all Boom Festivals, basically. 2004 was legendary. 2006 was also legendary. It was really where it reached its peak. And it was a very, very special moment in psychedelic cultural history, in my opinion. It wasn't, of course, the only festival where I was in the summer of 2006. I was on plenty festivals all over Europe. And we even ended up to go to the After Boom in Utopia. Yeah, it's called Utopia. And then to Rhythms of Peace in Morocco in Africa. All while being only 18 years old. But it was a very, 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 very special time in my life. And without the psychedelic experiences of the summer in 2006, I think I would have never studied art and I would have never become a musician. Professional musician, I believe. So, without further ado, sorry for the long introduction, let's get into Boom Festival 2006, the full movie. I am not going to watch the whole movie with you, simply because I think it would be a little bit too long, but we're gonna just skip through it and I'm gonna comment it, okay? So, let's drop in. The vibe.
Utopia. Waking to the unchanged. Still believing.
Mr. Pink.
Life is
It's so funny because a lot of important people, in my opinion, important cultural figures have been on 2006 Boom Festival. Even a lot of artists, like for example Sato Arepo, which was also there back in the day. He was not as famous as he is today, of course. I was also there, but I didn't even started to write music. I was a poi dancer. I was a really, really hardcore poi dancer. I played a lot of poi. I was an acrobat and a dancer before I was a musician. And you can actually see Jovis, the Pink Man, a brilliant dude and very, very nice guy. I recently had a chat with him, and I think he's a brilliant guy. I get an extremely good vibe from him. But it shows in the first seconds that how many people have been there, and it was so modern. It was like going to the future back then. Especially, I saw so many festivals, but then Boom Festival was completely on another level. And there's also one interesting to say about the ownership of Boom Festival, because this was the last year that it was owned by, I think his name is Diego or something like that, by this group that built up Boom Festival to this point, and then they sold it to American investor. But let's watch more of this. I'm getting so excited when I'm watching this, guys. It's really an important piece of my past, and I'm writing a book, or I started to write a book a couple of years ago, and I definitely want to write about that as well. I already wrote about a lot of places that I visited, but this is such a key experience, I have to say.
more than an illusion.
We are one. This was the motto, and on your bracelets, under beneath, you could find that. The concept of Boom was so well thought out. Okay, let's stop here quickly. What you can see here, this construct, which was the dance floor before it was finished, is a 27-meter high Balinese temple construct built by one of the world's best Balinese temple builders. And this is such a different story from some usual festival stuff. You could really feel that those people, they really thought about every little thing that they did there. And it was an orgasm of 26,000 people simultaneously, what they achieved with that. And it was never again achieved, I believe, by the Boom Festival team, especially since it was anyway handled by a different organizational team. And yeah, but fantastic dance floor. It was a very special place. There was also every kind of music was represented, every kind of psychedelic music. And in the night, it was very, very crazy, heavy and fast music. So it was really a festival for all Psy heads, which it isn't today, I have to say.
People talk a lot about peace and about cultural exchanges and things like that, but it's all on paper. It's all on paper. It's thousands of words written, people talking a lot with their suits and ties in the parliaments and all that, but in the field happens here, in the boom, and in other activities like these, where it gathers people from all over the world who really want to change this world, who've had enough of these Bushes and these Hezbollahs and these, all them people who really, their interests, it's not our interests. We have completely different interests in life for our children.
Absolutely great statement. Like, there's nothing further to add. And it was really that. It was a festival of pioneers built on a foundation of love for humanity and love for psychedelics. And yeah, those festivals, Boom was such an appropriate name because it literally exploded and left cultural ripples all over the world. It actually created a lot of other festivals that were heavily inspired by Boom Festival's design, such as Modem, Ozora, a lot of festivals all over the world. It's literally one of the most important psychedelic events in the world, and I think it has a different status, at least in my eyes, from now. They would have to change so much things, and it's the head of the snake which makes the body move, basically. And when I see this, I see a different Boom than the one that I saw after 2006. But I still have great hopes, and it's still an important event, of course, and a beautiful event, and has a lot of potential. But this was on another level. Ajale.
Very nice people. I like the place.
What they really achieved was this 26,000 people, one family vibe. This is what I felt. Of course, it's extremely subjective, and I'm sure some people had like weird trips and whatever. But what I experienced was 26,000 people, one family, and I never saw this in this kind of intensity ever again in my life.
People from all over the world here creating, expressing their creative talent and manifest their dream. Also, I feel so happy to see that my project's finished and everybody loving it. And then I think we're gonna enjoy it this week.
I believe this is the Balinese temple builder. It's incredible. You need to fathom that Boom Festival 2006 had its own daily newspaper, okay? There is still something called the Daily Dragon, but it's degraded now to a flyer, basically, or to a little poster which you get where there's some information on it. In 2006, you had an actual daily newspaper on the festival, which was printed on beautiful paper, where you could read about happenings on the festival and all kinds of things. You had your own radio station. That means you could actually receive radio signal, Boom Radio, on the festival. That means you can sit on the camping and listen to Boom Radio while you're sitting on Boom Festival. They were just taking the extra mile, like in so many regards, and so successfully. Like all those things were done not somehow, they were done beautifully, and they were done on a large scale beautifully, which is a whole nother beast, you know. Like doing something nice for 500 people is one story. Doing something nice for 26,000 people is a whole other story. Hats off. This is the only thing that I can say there.
Boom, 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 boom.
And this is such a clean opinion, such a, you know, unblemished opinion of a person who has nothing to do with the culture. But he sees that and he sees it's beautiful. It's undeniable. You could not go to Boom Festival 2006 and say, oh, what a bunch of dirty hippie freaks or something like that. It was beautiful. It was very easy to see that it's beautiful for everybody that was there. And to achieve this, to put the level of 26,000 people higher, I'm astonished. I'm astonished. So beautiful to see the psychedelic community in unison. It really puts me back to Boom Festival 2006. I never watched this movie actually. Young Adja, really young Adja, just after his breakthrough on Boom Festival 2004. This is 2 years after that, so interesting.
We choose the bamboo because of the spirit of bamboo, what means bamboo. And the information that we have from the bamboo is strong and flexible. And I think it's very important nowadays we are strong and flexible.
Bamboo can make the boom. I love working with bamboo and learning what is bamboo and then the use of bamboo and the religion of bamboo. there's a way of treating bamboo, respecting bamboo, cutting bamboo, and
I don't know why they didn't get inspired by themselves. If when I was there in 2010, it was a very unfortunate decision by them to decide to let Android Jones do the stage. It was not a good stage. I know he's a brilliant illustrator and a brilliant graphic artist, but he's not a stage designer. You could really feel that there were like strobe lights that were flashing into your lights. The sound system was not stereo; it was multi-layered, basically. And the whole construction was way more plasticky, industrial, and if you compare those two ways of building something, building a construct, one is a thousands of years old traditional way to build a structure made by a person devoted to the substance that is used for building that structure, in this case bamboo. And this guy this is what he did all his life. He built bamboo temples, okay? Android Jones didn't build dance floors all his life. He was sitting in front of a computer. Those are the kinds of decisions that really, 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 it's a wrong artistic direction, you know, like the wrong person for the wrong job that I included into art direction. And this has a huge impact. And it is one of the things that can be criticized about the newer booms. They may be bigger and fancier, but they are in no way more effective for the human mind or for what is actually the aim of a boom festival. It's not a dance festival. It's a place of rebirth and reinvention.
cultivating bamboo. So basically we have 6 months from when we are talking about, and then Arif cutting the bamboo, choosing the bamboo in the forest, getting all material to do it, and then ship it to Bali, where we prefabricate the structure in Bali, and then put in a container and ship it to Holland, and Holland to Portugal.
Crazy that this was built by, like, you know, a handful of Balinese, probably like rather small guys, and they're just doing that alone. You know, I'm 100% sure they didn't even break a sweat or anything like that. They were just like, you know, doing it. What a brilliant idea. What a fantastic idea to get those people instead of some guys that never did something like that, of course. Okay, that's just an example. But what a brilliant idea and what a brilliant outcome.
The boom is this possibility to show people that it's possible to build a city in a beautiful and nice place and to live another reality, another frequency for 7 days.
That was a peyote cactus. It's like, come on. not 100% certain, but it looks like a peyote. No, it's not. It's not. It's another cactus. Guys, I think for me it was a lot of fun to watch this. I'm gonna end this video here. And if you're interested in seeing more of this, then just put it down in the description below. And I will do another video and react to more of this beautiful video. I just watched like 8 minutes. So, this movie is for 1 hour and I certainly intend to watch it. I actually never watched this movie. But I was there and I have my own movie inside of myself, which is incredibly beautiful. And I see you guys in the next one, I guess. Leave a like if you liked it. And I see you soon.